Okay, I'd like to invite everybody to October 5th City Council meeting. If you have a cell phone, please turn it off. And we're going to go ahead and stand. Mayor Reeser is going to do our invocation for us, please.
Thank you, Mr. President. Dear Lord, tonight we ask your guidance for everyone in this room, especially elected officials. Ask you to bless the residents of this fine community in our 200th year. We ask that all of the elected officials and our city workers as well always look to the needs of our community and our community members first as we attempt to create a more loving community. So in Jesus' name we pray. Amen.
Amen. Okay.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, roll call vote, please.
McKeever?
Here.
Myers?
Here.
Me?
Here.
Truca?
Here.
Sherrick? Here. Vote?
Here.
Alsep?
Here.
Okay, all those people that would like to grant permission to speak, you can approach the podium, state your name and your address if you'd like to speak. Oh, okay, that took care of that one. Communications and petitions.
We received a letter from the Bucyrus Public Library Board of Trustees. It says, Dear City Council members, the Bucyrus Public Library Board of Trustees has received the resignation of trustee Donna Moore, effective October 1st, 2021. The Bucyrus Public Library Board of Trustees would like the Bucyrus City Council to appoint Nancy McMurray to replace Mrs. Moore. Thank you, Stephanie Buchanan.
Okay, I'd like to have a motion to refer this to economic development.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Okay, it goes to economic development. Thank you. Is there any other letters or no other? No, okay. All right, standing committee reports. Plating, Mark McKeever is chairperson.
I don't have any to present.
Public lands and buildings, C. Aaron Sherrick, chairman.
Nothing to present at this time.
Health and safety, Kevin Myers.
No report.
Finance, Mark McKeever.
I have nothing to report.
Economic development, Doug Fote.
Nothing new to report.
Service, no report. Traffic commission, Mayor Reeser.
We have no traffic commission report right now, Mr. President.
A motion to accept and the committee reports collectively.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Okay, motion passes. Mayor report.
Oh, already?
Yes,
That's
sir.
right. That is record time.
That's right.
I was just starting to take a nap there. Okay. Anyway, thank you, Mr. President. Well, it's been a very busy 2 weeks, as it has been all year. Nice bicentennial events at Pickwick Place. September 25th, 26th, we celebrated the historic significance of Johnny Appleseed, otherwise known as, his Christian name is John Chapman, and his effect on the Bucyrus area. Special thanks to our awesome Bicentennial Committee, and led by Callie Patterson. Elaine Naples chaired the event, did a wonderful job. Even had a speaker all the way from Oregon that came to talk about Johnny Appleseed, and their plans to start a Johnny Appleseed museum here in Ohio. So there are some cloned Johnny Appleseed trees that are growing on a farm in just outside of Bucyrus, and we will be planting those at a later date when we get the Bicentennial Park all square and ready to go. And special thanks to Pickwick Place. I don't know if anybody was out there for Flannel Fest, but man, it was packed and it was a lot of fun. We had a suicide prevention walk on Saturday, September 18th. A nice crowd. Went from Avita Hospital to City Hall. It's been a very difficult year and a half for mental health issues for folks. A lot of anxiety, a lot of stress, and you know, it's good to know there's help available for for folks that need it. Community Care March will be held on Saturday, October 16th, so a week from this Saturday. And that's an annual event. I don't think we had it last year, did we, Joyce? Okay. It's sponsored by Together We Hurt, Together We Heal, and it meets at the Avita parking lot at 9 a.m., well, 8:30 for T-shirts. Get there for 8:30, free T-shirts, as long as supplies last, and the march kicks off at 9. A leisurely walk down the hill to Shines Art Park, where there'll be several speakers, a short program. This is a vital organization for this community, and people that put this on need to know how much we appreciate them. Thank you, Joyce, for your leadership in that organization. On the same busy day that day, Kiwanis Rotary, or should I say Rotary Kiwanis, excuse me. That more like it.
Depends on how much you will be fined.
Okay, all right. 20, okay, got to cover my fine. So, beginning at 8 a.m. and ending at 5 p.m., a big celebration at Port Bucyrus Airport. We're going to celebrate, continue to celebrate our bicentennial by honoring Loretta Schimler. Many of you may not know Loretta Schimler, who she was, pretty much a lifelong resident of Bucyrus. The first female manager of an airport in the United States of America. It's a big deal. And they also did a movie about her, World War II nurse. She was the first to inaugurate the Air Nurse Corps. So she was jumping out of airplanes. She was way ahead of her time. And we're going to serve breakfast. Kevin, what time is it? 9 o'clock? For 9 to noon for breakfast. There'll be helicopter rides. There'll be B-25 there to tour for a small donation. There is a charge for parking, if I remember right. Yeah, be a small, and you come out and see the new things we're doing at the airport. So we're $1.3 million expansion, and it'll be a great day and good time to look back on our history and view the work being done to expand the airport at the same time. So,
Who's actually going to do a portrayal of Loretta?
yes, yeah,
Show the movie. And
yes.
so there'll be a lot to look
We'll have a
at.
character, yeah, it's going to be a fun day, yeah. Got another big event, so you get up early and stay up, go watch a little football, and then come to Spooktacular. So all of you know about that. It was passed over last year because of the pandemic, but we're back, and it's going to be bigger and better than ever. Allmiller Park is pretty well rocking with a lot of young kids, and a lot of food's given away, and it's just an event the whole community comes together and just does a lot of good things for young kids in the community. It's organized by the Fire Department Union, IAAF, and supported by many of our fine businesses in Bucyrus. And the good news is it's all free. Kids go home with food and prizes and pumpkins and it's all kinds of stuff. It's really fun. If we talk about COVID a couple times there, COVID, it's still a difficult situation. The news is not great on the COVID front, although we do seem to be peaking in Ohio. But most people know somebody who has had COVID or has been in the hospital, and it's something to take very seriously. Vaccinations help. If you've had COVID and have the antibodies, or if you had the vaccination, your risk of death is very low, risk of hospitalization is very low. But if you have not been vaccinated or have not had COVID-19, I am asking that you please consider getting your vaccination, not only for you, but for your loved ones too. And doing so may save your life. And that's all for tonight. Thank you, Mr. President. Thanks for filling in tonight.
Anyone have any questions for the mayor? Okay, we'll go ahead and move on to the Service Safety Director.
Okay, Jeff's report. We've got referral. We're going to referral resolution 204-2021 back to finance. We have parking lot projects. You may have noticed Driven Excavation has begun the project at the end of September. They've been worked at behind the Crazy Fox and Dillinger's, and now they started today, I believe, at American Legion. Yeah, so it's going to go pretty quickly. They're doing a great job. Bucyrus Road Materials started on the mill and pave project this week, and that's, I'm not sure quite how long it's going to last, depending on the weather, obviously. As soon as weather allows, there will be a sealant put on the mill and pave from 2020. We talked about that and got that approval from council about making the asphalt last longer. We're going to test that out. Richland Construction from Shelby area has about 10% of the expansion at the airport underway, as we talked about earlier. So they've got a start on it. The Edgewood resurfacing project is finished, and we've received a lot of nice compliments on how good it looked. The project managers, RMH, they're always top-notch, so we're glad when we can award something to them. Leaf season. Leaves are starting to drop, and change colors. We will, if your leaves come down before November 1st, you are in tough luck. So, no, if they've come down before November 1st, and you've got them raked, please call City Hall, and we will send somebody out to get them. But we really aren't starting the official up and down the streets. We start at one end, keep going back and forth till we get them all. That starts on November 1st. But if you need leaves raked before that, let us know. Or you can take them to the compost site on your own, which would be great. And that site is open 8 to 2 every day. It is located at the wastewater treatment plant. We talked about the Linda Friends Spooktacular, 4 to 7. Jeff's inviting everybody. And then Trick or Treat is on October 31st. It's a Sunday, 2 to 4. So this will all be posted on our, all those dates, times will be posted on our city website also. I thank you. Any questions for Jeff?
Yeah, the parking lots, will they be coated too?
No, not this year, no.
I mean, next year.
Well, if it's successful and we like how it worked out, then we'll come back and say we want to do this, yeah.
I just figured it would last longer on a parking lot.
We're planning on it, but we haven't, we wanted to see how the finished product looks, and,
Okay,
yeah.
thank you.
We think it's going to be a good long-term solution.
I was just going to say, I actually I had to go over and put the house over on Lakewood, so I went down Edgewood since I had to go over that way, and compared to what that was a year ago,
Yeah.
it's like, wow.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
It's amazing different,
Yeah,
isn't it?
it's very nice.
The concrete streets are obviously quite expensive to replace, and so that was, I think, a $400,000 project just for that, so. But we have other concrete streets we're going to get on next year, then Beverly Drive is going to be on the list, I think, in 2 years, so which needs it too, so. We're already looking ahead a couple of years to get that planned out.
Well, it's very nice.
I'll pass that along.
I'll make a motion to refer Resolution 204-2021 to Finance.
Second.
Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Okay. Now, the finance, you will make a decision tonight and make your alterations to Resolution 204-2021? Thursday, so we're going to put this one aside then. How are we going to do this? Because it's an emergency. It's something that Jeff needs, like dire, I thought.
I don't know. I can
Is there
refer
a
to,
way
I
that
can,
you can, we can have a recess and, or am I not, I'm not allowed to, am I?
I don't know the legal, yeah, that's
I don't
a,
think we can convene the finance
Yeah.
without 24 hours notice.
what we could do is after, we could
We'll just have a
actually,
special meeting Thursday
Well,
night.
but
Yes.
this was already passed, we're just,
Amending
we're
it.
referring
Yeah,
it
it's
in a
amended.
Thursday weekend. Now, I will say that if we find out they need it, we can schedule an emergency or a special council meeting for Thursday after the committee meetings.
That's a
That's
great
Probably
idea.
the quickest we can get it
Yeah.
done.
Yes, I believe that's,
Why don't we make that,
yes.
Make it-
So, you want to call that meeting tonight then?
yes.
After
Let's call a
the,
meeting, emergency council meeting, special council meeting after the
Committees.
committee committee meetings.
then if it's not needed, you don't, have to have it. We're good.
I'll be unavailable that night, just so you guys know.
Okay.
So we'll just go ahead and send out a notice and we're going to have a special meeting. Okay.
Maybe I can ask Joyce this question, excuse me for interrupting.
Yes, go ahead.
Since we've already authorized 1,000,006, I mean, they're not going to get to 1,000,006 in any time soon.
No, and I believe that since we're just amending
Yeah.
to change the numbers, I don't know that it's that much of an emergency, just so it happens, before the project's done and we have the proper numbers
So
in
we can
place.
wait 2 weeks then?
I think you probably
I
could.
can get some clarification, I'll let you
But-
know.
Yeah,
Okay, well, you'll know in a day.
Yeah,
Day
I'll let
or
you know.
so.
Schedule it.
we'll know by Thursday.
We'll know by
Schedule it.
Thursday. Okay, we'll just schedule it, but we'll know by Thursday. Okay, I have a question. Is there any idea that, or any thought that maybe you would apply this new mixture to what we've done to the runways at the airport thus far? Not the new stuff, but I mean what we've done in
Yeah.
like the last 2 years.
I don't know what the time frame is on that.
You said 2 to 3 years.
Is it 2 to
Depends on the-
3? Okay.
Depends on the condition.
Yeah, that's a good idea, I'm not sure how, it's going to be expensive, it's, and I think you have to balance that with the mill and pave plan for next year, which is pretty aggressive.
Well, I thought this
Yeah.
could be kind of taken out of that infrastructure.
I guess my only concern is the FAA is very particular about
Oh.
what goes down on
Yeah.
runways
They may not allow it.
and proper mixes and
That's gotta be
whatever.
very
And
first.
you better be checking with FAA before you go putting any coating
check.
on this, because it could affect how do I want to put it?
Slow
The
down an
friction,
aircraft?
yeah, slowing down an aircraft, we don't want them coming in and sliding through. I mean, I have no idea how this works, but I just think
I think
that's
it's a great
something we need to
idea.
look at.
I think it's a great idea, but
So you guys know out there in the crowd, we've just learned about a new formula that we can apply to our blacktop that's relatively new in the last 2 or 3 years. What it does is they spray it on, and then they come back with the sand mixture and go over the spray, and then they let it dry, and like a day or so later, they bring in a street sweeper and sweep the sand back up. But what it does is it actually penetrates the blacktop and actually gives the blacktop some flexibility, and it extends its life of the blacktop.
It's not overly expensive either, so.
So
So I'll-
we're spending like 60,000 this year to do, I don't know, a dozen or
Yeah.
there's a lot of streets. that-
Dozen streets, I
Yeah, there's a
suspect,
good amount of
something like
streets
that.
getting done with it this year.
Well, it would really stretch our tax dollars, so if it works well. Mr. President, I will reach out to Kevin Dutray.
Great idea.
And have him contact our engineer, our airport engineer, and ask him if that's a possibility. And I'll send an email out to everybody.
Okay. No law director, Joyce Schiffer, please, auditor.
Thank you, Mr. President. You do have in your packet tonight, well, you don't have all of it, though. Did you send out all the pages by email of the revenue tallies and because there's multiple,
We did earlier in the week.
anyway.
We got them twice this week, so.
Okay. Anyhow, if you're missing anything, let Rebecca know and she can get you the rest, because it's not all here as far as the revenue tallies and the income tax comparisons. And you should have gotten your cash position earlier, like Friday. And always, if you have any questions, you can give me a call, but I'm not going to be real available here the next week or so. But I won't be here tomorrow, I'll be here Thursday and Friday.
I don't blame you for not printing 171 pages.
I do have several referrals for the Finance Committee. We need to appropriate from unappropriated general funds $1,151 to Program 1, Security of Persons and Property, Police Department, Materials and Supplies in the amount of $131 for a donation to the Police Explorers, and in capital outlay, $1,020 from donations that were made to the K-9 unit. Then we also need to appropriate from unappropriated airport grant funds the amount of $515 $515,000 for the taxiway project that's currently in progress. The FAA had wanted additional items added to the project we had originally submitted, and they will fund it 100%. We also need to appropriate from unappropriated waterworks replacement funds the amount of $362,000 for the Stetzer Road water line, since we have the final contract numbers. So I need to get that in place for that project to move forward. And I'll have these breakdowns for Thursday's committee meeting. Then I also need to refer the city's bank depository agreements, as the current ones that are in place will soon expire. These are good for 5 years. The legislation will be prepared by our bond counsel at Squires, Patton, and Boggs for the next council meeting on October 19th to go out to bid with our local banks for the new agreements. And that's all I have for now.
Any questions for the auditor? Okay, we're going to refer this all collectively.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Okay, motion passes.
I like it.
No treasurer's report. And I'm gonna back up to, I'm gonna hold, instead of accepting and filing and all that, I would prefer to get all the information from Joyce and let us look at it, and we'll accept and file it at the next council meeting, if that's okay with you guys.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Police report, no report. Fire chief. Motion to accept the city's officers' reports.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Okay, motion passes. At this present time, anybody out there in the community who would like to speak, they can come to the podium and, no? Okay.
No, thank you.
Okay. Okay, well, that answered that too. Consideration of proposed legislation for the second time.
We have ordinance 31-2021, amending and supplementing section 1157.02 entitled Official Zoning District Map under chapter 1157 entitled Zoning Districts and Zoning District Map, under title 9 entitled Zoning Districts, under part 11 entitled Planning and Zoning Code of the Codified Ordinances of the City of Bucyrus by the redesignation of the properties located at 815, 825 Whetstone Street from the Urban Neighborhood Residential District into the General Industrial District, and also 760 Highland Avenue from the Limited Industrial Commercial District into the General Industrial District, and finally 610 Whetstone Street from the Urban Neighborhood Residential District into the Special Use District.
Okay. I need a motion to accept this
So
as a
moved.
second reading.
So moved.
Oh, okay, wait a minute. I'm sorry, I got ahead of my, wait a minute.
One more to read.
One more to read. Okay.
I'm just holding those.
We'll do collectively. Sorry, I got to back up. We got one more. We got health and safety yet.
Resolution number 228-2021, a resolution authorizing the city law director on behalf of the city of Bucyrus to enter into an agreement with the Crawford County Municipal Court for the provision of indigent defense services.
Okay, now,
Now so moved.
I'll second that.
who made the motion?
Aaron.
Okay, and seconded by Doug.
Yeah, give it to Kevin, he beat me by a little bit.
Kevin, second. Okay, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Okay, motion passes as a second reading. Public participation on any of that? Okay. Consideration of proposed legislation for the first time.
Ordinance number 33-2021, amending and supplementing ordinance number 50-2020, being the annual appropriations ordinance for 2021 by the creation of a 2022 Crime Victims Assistance Fund subparagraph containing a victim advocate category containing a personal services line item and materials and supplies line item. And finally, by the creation of a 2022 Victims of Crime Act Fund subparagraph containing a victim advocate category containing a personal services line item and declaring an emergency. Ordinance number 34-2021, amending and supplementing ordinance number 50-2020, being the annual appropriations ordinance for 2021 by appropriating from unappropriated 2022 Crime Victims Assistance Funds the sum of $10,340 to the personal services line item and $250 to the materials and supplies line item, with both aforesaid line items being within the victim advocate category within the 2022 Crime Victims Assistance subparagraph. And finally, appropriating from unappropriated 2022 Victims of Crime Act funds the sum of $5,000 to the personal services line item within the victim advocate category within the 2022 Victims of Crime Act subparagraph and declaring an emergency. Resolution 230-2021, a resolution authorizing the Service Safety Director to apply for, accept, and enter into a water supply revolving loan account agreement on behalf of the City of Bucyrus for planning, design, and/or construction of the water facilities and designating a dedicated repayment source for the loan and declaring an emergency. Resolution 231-2021, a resolution of City Council agreeing to the sale of 1411 North Sandusky Avenue and declaring an emergency.
Okay, we'll refer 33-2021 to Finance, 34-2021 to Finance, 230-2021 to Finance, and 231-2021 should be to plating, I would say.
Yeah.
And not public lands and buildings.
I think.
And then we'll also, at this present time, before we go any farther, I need a motion to amend Resolution 231-2021. If you guys could turn to that.
So moved.
What I need to do is I would like to have it amended from public lands and buildings to plating.
Yes.
Second.
Okay, motion by Mark, second by Kevin. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Okay, motion passed as amended.
I'll make a motion to accept those as the first reading.
And I'll second that.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Okay, motion passed. Working on it, guys, working on it. Okay, any public participation? No? Okay. I'd like to go ahead and have a report out by Finance.
Okay. Finance is favorable to ordinance 33-2021, the line creation. Finance is also favorable to ordinance 34-2021, the appropriations. Finance is favorable to resolution 230-2021, the WSRLA. And plating is favorable to resolution 231-2021, the 1411 North Sandusky sale.
Can I move
Okay.
to accept those reports?
Okay. Motion by Aaron,
Second.
second by Kevin. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Okay, motion passes. That's what it's already done. I'm going to take the moment here and just make sure that it's already 32-2021, which is the draft. That's already in committee, so I'm not going to refer it, but I'm going to make sure that everybody's aware of it, that the draft will be discussed at Thursday night's meeting for ordinance 32-2021. Okay. All right. Okay, where's 33?
Mr. Chairman?
Yes, sir.
Okay, I found it, 32-2021, never mind. I didn't have a copy, I just wanted to make sure I found it here. Thank you.
Welcome, Bill.
Okay. Ordinance number 33-2021. For the second and third readings of proposed ordinance 33-2021, do I hear a motion to suspend the rules, waive the reading of the caption and text, and declare it an emergency?
So moved.
Second.
Sherrick?
Yes.
McKeever?
Yes.
Myers?
Yes.
Me?
Yes.
Truca?
Yes.
Vote?
Yes.
Alsep?
Yes.
Okay, do I hear a motion to adopt 33-2021?
So moved.
Second?
Sherrick?
Yes.
Vote?
Yes.
Alsep?
Yes.
McKeever?
Yes.
Myers?
Yes.
Me?
Yes.
Truca?
Yes. Ordinance number 33-2021 is duly adopted. 30 Ordinance 34-2021. For the second and third readings of proposed ordinance number 34-2021, do I hear a motion to suspend the rules, waive the reading of the caption and text, and declare it an emergency?
So moved.
Second?
McKeever?
Yes.
Vote?
Yes.
Alsep?
Yes.
Myers?
Yes.
Me?
Yes.
Truca?
Yes.
Sherrick?
Yes.
Do I hear a motion to adopt proposed ordinance 34-2021?
So moved.
Second?
Sherrick?
Yes.
Vote?
Yes.
Alsep?
Yes.
McKeever?
Yes.
Myers?
Yes.
Me?
Yes.
Truca?
Yes. Ordinance 34-2021 is duly adopted. For resolution 230-2021, for the second and third readings of proposed resolution 230-2021, do I hear a motion to suspend the rules, waive the reading of the caption and text, and declare it an emergency?
So moved.
Second.
McKeever?
Yes.
Sherrick?
Yes.
Vote?
Yes.
Alsep?
No.
Myers?
Yes.
Me?
No.
Truca?
Yes. Okay, that was a majority, so that
It passes.
that passes. Do I hear a motion to adopt resolution 230-2021?
So moved.
Second.
Sherrick?
Yes.
McKeever?
Yes.
Myers?
Yes.
Me?
Yes.
Truca?
Yes.
Vote?
Yes.
Alsep?
Yes.
Okay. Resolution 230-2021 is duly adopted. And resolution 231-2021.
Mr. President,
Yes, sir.
may I take a moment to speak on this one?
Yes, sir.
Okay, thank you. We have a situation, I know you see some of the emails that have gone back and forth. There was a EPA issue that the city really was not aware of, and not that the EPA ever has to tell us what they're doing. This was a issue between the building owner and the buyer of the property. I think it was back in 2014 that then came to our attention. The issue that we dealt with in Planning Commission was the ingress and egress, which was part of the original deed. So the owners of the building and the buyers and the sellers are aware of this. There has to be, and they're here tonight. They have to, and they can answer any questions on it if anyone needs anything answered. But they have a yearly inspection for the EPA, and that's really has nothing really to do with the city. So that's all in their agreement. So we pride ourselves in being a pro-business community. That building has been empty for many years, and it is wonderful to get that repurposed, especially with the type of business that we need in this community. When people open small businesses, I can tell you from personal experience, and open new locations, that it's very emotional. You're sticking your neck out there, you're anxious to go, you're nervous. You work a lot of hours. Even before you even open, you have a lot of planning, you find the right location, then if you have to deal with city issues and zoning issues and things like this, it really, would potentially delay this. I'm just asking that everybody, let's get this business up and going, because, they have to secure this before they go to financing. When you go to financing, you're using your life savings. In many cases, you're borrowing from relatives, you're going to the bank, and when you go to the bank, they just don't hand you money. You sign over on that. You are responsible for that. So these folks are ready to go. We thank you for investing in this community, and I'm just asking everyone, let's get this passed so we can get this fine business going. So,
Anybody got any questions? Mr. May?
Is there anybody on the audience that has anything to say? Because I was the one questioning the EPA.
So was I.
I mean, do you have anything to say before we vote on this as an emergency?
I'd just like to say too, if you could explain some of your business. I live in that neighborhood.
Sure.
And I want the people who live around me to be aware of what's going in so that they don't have any questions.
Sure. As I said in my email that I sent to, I believe, I'm hoping that everybody got it. Back in 2018, the EPA did go in there and attempt to, or they mitigated all of the chemicals in question. When they tested the groundwater, all of the chemicals that were dumped by I believe the employee that was working at Richardson Restoration, the chemicals were taken out, and when they tested the groundwater, there were some further chemicals left in the groundwater that were not part of the original chemicals in question, making it, restricting the groundwater for human consumption, for future use, whatever. So basically what the EPA is requiring is that the future, that site is only allowed to be commercial use, that nobody can build on that site for residential purposes. Even if that building was to be leveled, nobody can build a house there forever, for any foreseeable future. When I questioned him about the annual compliance report, he said that it's pretty simple, that basically the piece of paper that would be sent in can be reused year after year as long as nothing's changed. You can basically just change the date on it. And what I'd like to put in there is a wellness center, basically a functional medicine clinic with chiropractics and massage therapy. I'd like to have some alternative therapies in there, salt therapies, and on the back portion I'd like to have a fitness center as well. So basically something that people can go to that otherwise you'd have to travel to the lake for, or Columbus for, things that are pretty popular up in the bigger cities. Mm-hmm. And being on Route 4, the lake traffic, and right off of Route 30, I think we'd have a lot of traffic in that area that would bring a lot of business to this community. So.
Thank you for sending that report, because I'd already read the actual report, and the report itself basically said that everything was resolved and there was no issues going forward as long as the property owner took care of what they needed to, but thank you for sending that in.
And I spoke with the gentleman that opened the case and actually closed the case, and he said that there shouldn't be any issues opening up a wellness center in that area. Actually, the only thing that would be an issue would be a daycare center. So.
I guess my question was the EPA got involved, and I didn't want the city to be responsible for anything down the line. So that was my question, it seemed like we were kept in the dark when it was first brought up. It wasn't put out there for us.
As far as I'm concerned, there isn't any further obligation by the city. What the EPA is obligated to do from 2018 on is they're required to come in and make sure that nothing is built on that site that would be residential. And that was all I was told by the man himself.
To me, it seems like you understand what's going on with the property,
Yes.
and you're good with everything.
Yeah, I'm good, because being that I want it to be a wellness center, I was obviously concerned that the EPA was involved, because again, an alternative therapy, I mean, that kind of contradicts what I wanted to go in there. And given that we can't use the groundwater, I have no intentions of digging a well. And the fact that that site uses city water. I mean, because with the gym, I plan on having showers and things like that, but will we be using city water? And water coolers and things like that.
Okay, I have no problem with it then, going
I don't
through as an
either.
emergency. Okay?
I appreciate it because I'm unemployed right now, so I'm really looking forward to it.
Right.
Mayor Reeser?
And I was just going to say, the EPA doesn't let us know. I mean, we were in the dark too. We found out about when everybody else did, so.
I found out about it when I was trying to get the title search.
Yeah.
It was kind of
Yeah.
a huge speed
Sure.
bump.
So basically, what are we doing?
We are not in the real estate business.
No, I know, and that's the problem I
That's what I
had
don't
with it. It
understand.
had nothing to do with what you were putting in, or,
No.
you know, it might have been different if it was some other type of business that I didn't agree with, but
Right.
it was, you're the first person that's coming here with something like this, so I was like, why are we all of a sudden in the real
I just-
estate business?
I can't
was
imagine,
confused.
I understand. I just can't imagine a business like that being kind of hidden in town somewhere. I don't think it would get the kind of traffic that something like that would need.
Right.
So I think that would be, it's the perfect location for it.
Yeah, perfect location and a great building, and parking lot's perfect, so you got a lot of visibility there. So it's,
Great.
You're right next door to Cooper's Mill, too.
She's right next door to me. What am I
I
gonna
wasn't
do?
gonna use that as a
What am I gonna
selling
do with
point,
that excuse if I don't have time to work out when it's right next door? It's not gonna bode well for
I was thinking you're gonna have a massage therapist next
me.
door.
Yeah.
No, I think it's fun because we'll have chiropractics and massage therapy in like a CrossFit style gym. It'll keep the chiropractics and massage therapy in business.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. When you see me hobble out of my car during the day, you can just throw your business card my way.
and Nikki, you went to school for this too.
I'm a nurse practitioner.
There you go, right there. So,
Thank you for
That's
the foresight
impressive.
bringing here.
I'd like to make a motion.
Okay.
Gotta read all that first.
Come on.
Thank you for your consideration. I really appreciate it.
Thanks for the information.
Yep.
I'll second that.
As amended, we're going to back up, and it's going to be Resolution 231-2021 as amended.
Yes. You have to read that.
Okay, so, all right, for the second and third readings, well, we have already had one reading on it, right? No.
Yeah, tonight.
We did one.
Okay, yeah, that was the first one, okay, as amended, okay. For the second and third readings of Resolution 231-2021 as amended, do I hear a motion to suspend the rules, waive the reading of the caption and text, and declare it an emergency?
Yes.
Second.
Me,
Yes.
McKeever,
Yes.
Myers.
Yes.
Truca,
Yes.
Sherrick. Yes. Vote,
Yes.
Alsep.
Yes.
Do I hear a motion to adopt Resolution 231-2021 as amended?
So moved.
Second.
Sherrick. Yes. McKeever,
Yes.
Myers.
Yes.
Me,
Yes.
Truca,
Yes.
Vote,
Yes.
Alsep.
Yes.
Resolution 231-2021 as amended is duly adopted.
congratulations.
Congratulations.
Is there any old or unfinished business? No?
Do we have any idea as to how we would like to proceed with everything, with so many people testing or being quarantined with COVID? I mean, like,
We have a possible, which we did for our city workers, a procedure about time off and those types of things. I mean, I can forward that and see if you want to adopt it for council.
it would be nice to see,
Okay.
I mean, because I'm just looking at Like, I've been at Children's all day. I literally
Sure.
got back to town, changed out of my dirty children's clothes, got here.
Yeah,
My kid's rapid test came back negative, but on the rapid test, they should still quarantine for a few days.
yeah.
Whereas the long test, she doesn't have back yet.
Listen, now's the time to be very careful. I mean, if you read the Avita article that was on Crawford County Now, you know, September was not a good month. They had equal number of deaths in September as they had all prior when the pandemic started in March of last year. So, you know, the hospitals, you know, I understand we're not forcing vaccinations on anybody, we're encouraging it, but if we're not vaccinating, you know, we still need to make sure we separate and then, you know, and try to be,
I mean,
you
I
know,
know the school came out with a
be
thing
safe.
saying that if you'd been in close contact and you weren't quarantining, that you had to wear a mask.
yeah.
So it was either or. They gave them the option, either stay home or wear a mask. But I don't know how that works with all of us.
I don't think that the state is currently allowing us to meet remotely. I think that expired in July, and I don't recall seeing it was extended. My opinion is, if you feel sick, stay home. We'll excuse you. If you feel you need to quarantine, stay home. We'll excuse you. I think that's the safe thing to do right now.
I don't think we've ever not excused anyone.
Right.
I mean, come on.
Is it something that you would, as the mayor, being that you oversee everything here in this building, is there a way you'd be willing to talk to the council president and
Sure.
and find out what the recommendations are
Sure.
from our health
I will.
district here in Bucyrus, at least?
Yeah, I'll reach out to the council president and ask her opinion and then, you know, present it, Jenny and I can present it to you folks and see what you want to do.
That'd be great.
Anyone else? Any other old business? I have one, and it's probably nothing that you can answer, but railroad.
Yeah,
Have they ever gotten back to us?
about what problem?
Yes, okay.
Well, Oakwood.
Oakwood and Clay.
Oh, no. That ball's back in their court, and they're going to talk to we talked to them, I think this was probably late August. They're going to reach out to some of the property owners, a couple that were in question about acquiring, you know, about doing the turnaround down there, and, yeah, so the ball's back in their court. And I can reach out to Leon Jackson again and see if he's got anything.
Anyone else with old business? No? Okay. New and miscellaneous business. I'm going to let the clerk go through all the new and miscellaneous.
Saturday, October 16th, we have the Rotary and Kiwanis Pancake Breakfast and Fly-In at Port Bucyrus Airport from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m.
She spelled pancake wrong, too. That's all right, you spelled Rotary wrong, I will let that go.
Kiwanis was spelled right though.
Like that? Nice shot over.
Oh, my.
Saturday, October 16th is the Linda Friend Spooktacular at All Miller Park from 4 to 7. On October 16th is also the Community Care Walk starting at 8 a.m. That is from Avita Hospital to Shines Art Park. Tuesday, October 26th, the public hearing on the zoning changes in council chambers at 6 p.m. That's on there twice. And then Sunday, October 31st is trick or treat from 2 to 4 p.m.
Anyone else have any new
Yeah,
business? There?
Before Kevin has a heart attack, I'd like to make a motion that we correct the Rotary misspelling. Is that possible?
I suspect that's possible.
Okay.
Hey, you're a Kiwanian too, you can't allow that.
I figured K comes before R. That should have been Kiwanis, then Rotary.
Okay.
This is just the agenda.
Yeah, this is the agenda, but
It's my attempt
it
at
is
humor.
so noted that we will change the spelling. Mark?
Yes, I'd like to refer council minutes to finance for Thursday.
Okay, I have a motion by Mark to refer council minutes
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Okay.
Are these the ones that are unapproved?
No, it's to change our process,
Procedures.
Oh, okay.
to make it easier. There's many that we still have to approve.
I know, that's why I was wondering.
Any other new and miscellaneous? Just so you guys know, the dress code will be changing on November 3rd. We will be going back to a suit and tie or appropriate dresses. Or don't slam me for that word, but,
I want to see you in appropriate dresses.
well, never mind.
Appropriate business attire.
Okay, a business attire.
I definitely don't
okay.
have
Never.
words for that, guys, so.
It does not say when they have to wear this.
I have a question.
Go ahead.
I heard mention the other day that it was, illegal is probably not the right word, to have someone living in a tent. However, there is someone living in a tent and they have a refrigerator plugged into it out from the neighbor's house. I feel horrible for them. I did call the law director's office. But, it's late in the day, he's leaving. I mean, so I don't know where to go with that information. I'd really rather not see them get in trouble. I'd rather see them get some help. Their belongings are in the yard with tables over them. It's upsetting to the people in the neighborhood who've contacted me about it, 2 people now. It was upsetting to me. I don't drive down that street very often. You really have to look hard to see it. I don't think they're trying to bother anybody, but they need somewhere to go. So I'm not sure where to take that information.
Lisa, can you email the address to me?
Yes,
Thank you. I'll follow through on it.
thank you.
Anyone else? Okay, we need to,
I'll make a motion to
yes, to excuse Jenny Bernard. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Okay, opposed? Okay. Motion passes. Okay, referrals.
Amending Resolution 204, 2021 is going to Finance. The appropriations and the City Bank depository agreements are going to Finance. The Library Board of Trustees letter is going to Economic Development. And changing procedures for council minutes is going to Finance.
Any referrals that we might have forgotten? Anybody?
That draft BCO 1151.
Already in plating. It's already in plating.
Anybody else? Okay, motion to adjourn?
Second.
All in favor?
No.
No!
You were outvoted.
You're outvoted.
Motion passes.
7:53.
7:53.
7:53, okay.